Hi there, Taurus. I'm Jennifer Angel. This is my report for you for the week of August the 14th. So we're between two eclipses and right on Mercury retrograde. So interesting time. So over this weekend, the 13th, depending on when you're watching this, and on the 12th, Mercury will go retrograde. So it does that, 3 or 4 times a year for about 3 weeks each time. So it's always like at the turn point, which is called the storm, the 2 or 3 days before and after, when Mercury comes in and out of retrograde, is going to be the most confusing or unsettling, for want of a better word. Okay, now for you, it's in your area of connections. Also, it brings in relationships. If you're in a new relationship, then you want to sort of be careful of what you say, how you say it. I mean, sometimes it's not what you say, it's like it's how you say it that can make the difference. But this is a great time to, once we get past these couple of days, so early next week leading in, it's a great time to get organized about details and to try to sort things out, and you can be a little more strategic in this sense. Now, leading up to the solar eclipse will be on the end of this week, start of next week, on the 21st. Then that's in your home and family area. So the Sun and Mars are in this area. Mars is still close enough to call it a conjunction with the Sun. So there could be some changes or some things going on around your home area. And some decisions to make, okay? So you want to keep in mind it's never really a great time to make life-changing decisions during a retrograde period, but if it's something that you've been, discussing or talking about or initiated before the retrograde, then that, in my mind anyway, has a sort of slightly softer, less disruptive sort of energy around it, okay? Now, we do have right at the start of the week, the Sun is going to be in a favorable connection with Saturn, and that's going to just help to repair any issues that you've had around sort of family and who's making the decisions. Okay, there's a natural hierarchy in life. There is in families, there is in nature, there is in companies. So sometimes you can, as the dynamics between the family members shift, as people let's say, get a little more secure in themselves, or they grow or evolve, then the dynamic shifts, and the sense of who's in charge can shift. So if you've had sort of some issues that you come up against, most people will get some sort of family issue in some way or another, then that can really come together now. It gives you an opportunity to sort of work on that. And if it's got a monetary reference to it, then that you can find a suitable outcome with that, okay? Now, with Mercury going retrograde in that area of your chart as well, that does open up to being able to discuss things, particularly as Venus is opposite Pluto. So there's a very sort of healing, transformational essence about what's going on at the moment, and particularly with a loved one, with that Venus energy, that you can really share more of yourself, and that's going to open the door to, if you're in a relationship, will open the door to overcome, to bring up and release any sort of issues that have sort of gone on around relationships. So it does open the door for you to have deeper, meaningful discussions, but remember, Mercury's retrograde, so just be careful about how you approach. A little bit of thought can be a wonderful thing in this sense. Your productivity level is great at the moment as well, so but there's likely you're going to need some balance between your work and home and family. So both are priority for you right now, so you don't want to neglect either of them, okay? So set your priorities. It's likely that someone is probably going to miss out on your time, but make sure it's not your work and your work or home and family. All right, so we're leading up to quite an exciting time with the solar eclipse. So things will start to go forward and fall into place and make more sense, okay, during that time. And the card that I've selected for you is from the Psychic Tarot pack, John Holland's Oracle cards, one of my favorite packs. And I've got movement, let me get my finger off that, movement, choices, and decisions, okay? So, and in the end of the day, it's up to you. I mean, of course, we want to, you know, we do always hope that those close to us will agree with, you know, the decisions that we want to make, but the choices in life ultimately are yours to make, Taurus, okay? So go along to jenniferangel.com, have a look at the readings there. I have put in a new time on the psychic astrology readings, so you might like to have a look at that. A new option, a new variable. Thanks so much. See you next week. Bye.